What's going on, guys? This is Bryce from Comical Penguin, and we are back with another episode of What Remains of Edith Finch. We're continuing on. We just heard the story of her brother Lewis. I know now we are continuing to move through the house.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
I mean...
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh my.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go get it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Oh.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Oh.
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
What? Um, What an interesting game. I I don't even know what to say. You know, there was a part of me that was kind of hoping she was going to beat it. Really, the fact that she dies like a year later, or basically, like, and I get it, not every story can be happy, but man. Talk about a severely unhappy story. And like some of them we don't even get like true answers as to what happened. Like, I mean, even like with Molly, like we don't get a true understanding of what happened to her. Or Barbara. Or, I mean, even Milton. And even her, we don't even get an understanding of what happened to her or to Edith. At the end of the story, like, does she die from childbirth? I mean, and who's the father of this kid? I mean, I guess it wasn't super important, but still, it's just... I mean... What an interesting... Did I actually play these? I kind of want to see what they were. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't remember these parts. Unless they're the same thing. They were. Okay, they were the same thing. So that's how that happened. Okay. What an interesting story. very linear game, which I honestly don't mind. I actually enjoyed the part of it being fairly linear. The part that really threw me off was just, honestly, how sad it was. It's a sad story. Honestly, good story though. Really well written. Honestly, I'll say it again. I expected this to last a lot longer than it did. It makes it basically a 2.5 episodes. That means we'll be looking for something new next weekend. There's a part of me that thinks that maybe we'll go back to Lego Star Wars next weekend. But also part of me is like, man, maybe we'll look at some of these other, like, exploration games. Haven't decided yet. Yeah, maybe I will. I think that's what I'll do. Huh. Okay. Well. That being said, I'll see y'all next time, guys. I'm not sure what I'll play next weekend, but we'll be playing something different. Honestly, maybe something more along these lines. I don't necessarily think that would be a bad thing. But yeah, guys. I'll see you next time. See you guys. Bye.